line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Beautiful day, the sun beat down. I had the radio on, I was driving. The trees flew by, me and Dad were singing. Little runaway, I was flying. Yeah, running down a dream that never would come to me. Working on a mystery, going wherever it leads, running down a dream. I felt so good, like anything was possible. I hit cruise control, I rubbed my eyes. The last 3 days, the rain was unstoppable. It was always cold, no sunshine. Yeah, running down a dream that never would come to me. Working on a mystery, going wherever it leads, running down a dream. Ooh, 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 ooh.
The championship is on the line. Hi again, everyone. I am Christian Gossetto Shriver, and welcome back here to Phoenix Raceway here in Avondale, Arizona. Tonight, we are going to see the showcase, the final race of their season hopes and their championship hopes on the line. It is the season finale for Shake and Bake Racing League iCON Sim Sports Cup Series division here on Pete Series TV. I am the Crusader Christian Shriver with you here tonight. Tonight we are heading it down to the 1.5 mile long track of Phoenix Raceway. And this unique style track here, shaped base banks, will make everything work to your fullest advantage and to your heart's desires. It is a tough track that only the best can survive on and the best can win on. A very tough, challenging passing track as well. We'll see how well the Shake and Bake Racing League iCON Sim Sports Cup Series drivers can handle it. But as we take a look at our starting lineup on the pole, looking for the title, Derek Whitford will be in that 44. It is outside. Another contender in the 24. That's Aiden Doyle. Row number 2 is going to be another playoff driver in Andrew Griesbaum. It is outside. That will be the 81, Jaden Hopp. Looking for the championship as well. That is your top 4 here now in the final rows here. Row 3 we'll see the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy Jr. It is outside. That'll be the 01, Brody Gunter. Row number 4 is going to be the 79 is outside. That's Alan Wilson III, and is outside the 06, Keith Whitford. Row 5, David Shively in the 85 is outside. That is the 21 of Daryl Whitford. Row number 6 is going to be Daniel Walker in the 5 is outside the 68 of Victor Stank. And your final starters here tonight, we'll see it in the 17, Kevin Whitford is outside the 75, Bill Matthews. And race fans, now is the time and the place to be. For the first time ever on Pete Series TV, the updated version of Phoenix Raceway is now on display. And with a championship at stake, with 125 laps on the line, each of these drivers will be put to their absolute test in their fullest capacity. We reel them down the back straightaways, ready to go at it into the desert. It's time to see who is going to be the best of the best, the most elite of elites. The championship is on the line. It's going down right here and now on Pete Series TV. Here we go. Talk about a start there, except for that 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy, managing to bring it back down to wrap, so at least kept it out of a trouble zone here. Got himself a little bit crooked and sideways there. Stabilizes down, though, onto the restart here, though. Derek Whitford not getting that far away from Aiden Doyle or Andrew Griesbaum here. And Daniel Walker, whoa! Oh, my. Well, trouble already here for the number 5, and not the same we saw earlier from the other 5. Obviously, Kyle Larson pulling off a W earlier on, but the same can't be said for this 5 at this time. Take a look at Walker here. Got a little bit into a bad spot here. Just overdrove it way too hard, and I think the old glitch graphic gremlins decided to take him out for a little ride. Spun it off the corner, got stuck in the wall, run it back in, and it was all but set in stone. He was going to get thrown into the air, unfortunately. Sorry for the technical difficulty screen there. We're just trying to get those glitch graphic gremlins erased from our existence and hopefully help Daniel Walker out. I don't think he's too happy that he got stuck with the first of the bad moves here tonight. Remember, a championship race on the line. If you see that P by their name except for Jaden Hopp, they are in the top 4. They're in the hunt for the championship tonight. There's a lot at stake and a lot going down, obviously, for these drivers. They're going to be very focused and very settled in on maintaining distance and maintaining runs here. So field double filing back in here, our first caution of the night. We also did see earlier though on the first caution that I actually could get these guys kind of wrapped up a little bit more relaxed. So I don't know, maybe a bit of an advantage here for these guys. Maybe a bit of a help here to actually take it in stride and just do one time and around. We'll have to see here. Nevertheless, though, field marching their way down the back straightaway. Once they get about halfway in, then they can go on the restart here. It looks like Derek Whitford got a good jump earlier on that. Not sure what the rule of thumb was there, but you know, if you can get a good jump out of the gate, you might as well go for it. But I believe the restart zone is a little bit closer off of turn 3 and 4. There he goes, a little bit closer there. That's more like the restarts we were after. Here we go, to the green flag, we're back underway. Under the high skies, high sun times here right now. The 78 of Eric Griesbaum now sneaking his way down on the inside of the 81 Jaden Hop. Hop trying to go up top, bring it back down low. And it says, let's see where this one goes. Not a bad effort or a bad strategy, but it's going to be very difficult to master and really maintain throughout this event, throughout this race here. When you're really focused more on just how you're handling the nerves and how you handle the track here. This is really probably, in my opinion, one of the toughest tracks to really hang with it on. Brody Gunter here, the 0-1 machine currently moving into the Pennzoil slot. Trying to keep his line in ground to town. Looking to see if maybe they can make a little bit of a maneuver or two off there. Remember, these guys are going to be very careful when going down on that bottom end. Again, you have a lot of speed and run there from that angle, but again, it is also very indicative to destroying your car up a little bit. You can get a lot of damage under the suspension if you're not careful there. They'll have to be very aware there of that and very optimistic about trying to stay out of that trouble zone. As we go on board here with Victor Stank now. Stank keeping his distance there with Keith Whitford there and Alan Wilson the third as well. In a pretty conducive spot here. We saw a lot of these guys throughout the season really impress and fight it out when the time came, but tonight here at Phoenix, this is really going to be their ultimate challenge because this is again a track that not a whole lot of fans are really indicative of. They're not really too fond of, but in my opinion, it's not a bad track by any means, actually. It's actually a very fun little track to run and figure out when you get it timed in just right. I've had multiple wins on this track here as it is, and I'll tell you one thing, it is extremely difficult to win on. That's no question there, but I think what makes it so fun is that you're actually, you know, you're working multiple areas, you're working multiple lines, and if you can time it just right, you can really build up a lot more speed than most give you credit for. It's kind of a unique track with that dog leg style. I actually seen the dog leg kind of mixed in the back there. And Jaden Hop now in the 81 looking to master the speed and master the run here. He's got a major opening on the 24 at Aiden Doyle. Aiden right up ahead of him, trying to hold off his championship run though. Hop looking to try to knock him off of it. As they play during the pre-race here tonight for the top 4. These guys obviously looking to become champions either for the first time or for maybe the second time in their careers. This league has really brought it upon himself as one of the top tier leagues here when it comes to really giving any driver a chance, really giving multiple guys out here something to showcase and something to do. Down on the inside corner though, you can see it's just extremely difficult to pass and extremely hard to really master around here. You can gain a lot of speed and you get a lot of traction, but what do you do when that tire also burns up and you got nothing left of it? That's why you see a lot of guys right now, they're trying to be a little more conservative, trying to stay out of trouble and in rhythm. But you know, when they're starting to reel and deal it just a little bit more, that could be the bit of a disadvantage. Pounding away now. They look at this. The 79 of Alan Wilson, the third, going to go out of here at Brody Gunter. Brody trying to entice him by trying to hold him off the Pennzoil 01 though. not exactly clear of Alan Wilson. Wilson's still finding runs here. We did notice that earlier on too. A lot of guys were going up top side quite a bit. They were actually finding some speed up there. When I was running earlier on, I was finding more speed on the bottom, kind of like a la Chase Elliott style. But if you can time it just right, you can get a lot of momentum built up. And it seems to be working here. In the back of the pack here, a little bit of movement coming up from Victor Stank into 68 to the 06 there of Keith Whitford. Whitford not exactly leaving him alone and not exactly giving him a lot of room to be messing up here. Quite honestly, I'm very surprised that Keith Whitford did not have a better run this season, considering how many times we saw him really in that majority of battling it up with the guys here. He was seemingly always in that spot, in that inopportune area that he wanted to be in, but it just never seemed to get a good run when it mattered most. And obviously his season kind of came to a crashing halt here, which is a tough break there for him. But nevertheless here, plenty of hard racing to be had for Lawrence Shinesky Jr. after that little spin around he had earlier on. Doesn't seem to be phasing him too badly here. Seems to be more under control, more in rhythm. Well, as that are tuning in right now with us on PT Race TV, first off, thank you so much for coming on board, and we certainly hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you do like what you see, then there is only one thing we ask. If you subscribe here on PT Racing TV to help support the show and help continue to support everything that goes down here on our track and on our show, we certainly would certainly love to have you guys come back here more often than not. But if you must only stay for a little bit, then we understand it completely. But come on, guys, you can stay. We'll have a little chat, have a few beers, chill out with us. Just jacking around, coming on board here. He's saying go, Wilson, go out here. He's rooting on. He's definitely rooting on for his boy here, Alan Wilson. On board camera here with Alan right now as he tries to hunt her down the 0-1 of Brody Gunter. We talked earlier about how Gunter was kind of keeping his course tight, really maneuvering himself around this place very smartly. Takes a lot of momentum and a lot of hopes and dreams to really make every round count, every route spot in and spot on. And Andrew Griesbaum seems to be knowing that very too well. You can just see, man, it is extremely difficult to pass when you don't have any kind of momentum and you don't have any kind of leverage there. This track is just extremely tough to find an opening on, it appears. Now, if I'm looking at it from two different angles here, I think the reason being is because that they're trying to find a way to shift it up top and then bring it down low quickly, where it seems as though more of the run is on that bottom lane once you come off. So seems like those are the guys that are trying to defend down, trying to fire up on all cylinders, is really seemingly getting the better at runs here. Up top, high in the sky here, everybody moving in positions, and guys trying to stay out of trouble, if you will. Guys like Kevin Whitford here at 17. He did not have the season he said he was hoping for, but he will be back in Shake and Bake Racing League ever so quicker. Him and the whole Whitford crew has been pretty much lights out family-wise when they battle it out. But again, the only one of the bunch that actually is the #1 seed going into tonight was that 44 of Derek Whitford. And Whitford really, he gained so much traction, so much control because of the fact that he was so focused throughout this entire season, throughout this entire events. He really never let go of sight, out of mind of what he was after. He was always dead heating on what he needed to do. As we got a little problem coming out of turn 4. Major wreck ensues. The 79 of Alan Wilson and Brody Gunter getting collided, and we've got a caution. My, big wreck coming out of turn 4 there. Both drivers getting kind of collided in a big inopportune spot there. Here's another look at what happened here. You can see right here, that was a good move here. Great battle move on the back straightaway, I should say. Not on the front straightaway like I thought. And unfortunately, though, for Gunter, he falls on the receiving end of this one. Allen had no choice, though. He really was trying to make a move off when he could and just did not catch enough of his run. One more look at it from the gyro cam here. Let's take a very close look at it right here on the back straightaway. You can see both guys just kind of found the wrong spot and kind of found the worst area to be thrown into. Thankfully, though, everyone is okay and they will be able to refire and get them back out on the track. Right now, the Shake and Bake Racing League crew will see David Shively now move up into the top spot. He'll stay out on the Virtua pit strategy here. We've seen earlier on where that can work for some and may not work out for the best for others. Aiden Doyle, though, will gain ground and gain supreme control of the championship hunt here. Will he be able to finish it out, though? Time will tell when we return to PT Race TV. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you in part by the good friends over at iCON Sim Sports. You guys need the right rig for the setup for your days. There's only one brand name you trust, and that's with the iCON Sim Sports. Be sure to look them up on their website at iconsimsports.com and check out their local listings on their Facebook page. Welcome back to PT Racing TV, ladies and gentlemen. As right now, we are currently still under the caution from that last wreck there between Gunter and Allen. Unfortunately, they're coming off of the back straightaway of turn number 2. Bit of a tough road there, a little tough spot to kind of find themselves in, but thankfully everyone is okay and back out onto the track here. Double filing them up now for the restart here. Everybody looking to pay into position, trying to fight into the track zone. A lot of hard racing still to go. There are no gimmies here. You either survive and conquer or you find yourself on the receiving end. That's the only way you look at it. Here they come now down the back straightaway, leading into turn number 3. Aiden Doyle and Derek Whitford opting to change lines here. Derek will go up top. Or excuse me, Doyle will go up to the bottom. Whitford goes up to the top. Goes onto the bottom lane here. But look out for Jaden Hopp though. Oh my! He drove that thing straight down low. He was looking for everything on that restart. Oh my! Brought a whole lot of momentum off, but it was not enough speed to gain the lead. Derek Whitford and Aiden Doyle managing to keep that place intact. Doyle, though, is your new leader. And Aiden, I think, got the better of the runs here. He was looking to stay inside line, stay in the charge, and that was exactly what he needed. Everybody falling back into position. Look out here. Here comes Lawrence Shaughnessy Jr., the number 9 now, pulling off the momentum down on the bottom. Brody Gunter trying to keep him away from that. Doesn't want him getting too clean up ahead, too into the run here. But it looks like for Andrew Griesbaum, he is already in the solid place there, though. Gunter gets a tap yet again. This time there from Lawrence Shaughnessy Jr. Last time he got a tap, though, was coming off that back straightaway with turn 2 just a little bit ago, causing the wreck to come out for caution. My, so far everybody doing a pretty good job here. Keeping up the distance. I had opened my big fat mouth. The 68 of Victor Stank Crashing it right off of turn 2 on the back straightaway. Another caution thrown. Drivers will have to refile and stack them up again. Victor just found himself in the receiving end there. Looked like of turn 2 mishap. That was not what he wanted to see. See that dog leg area entering into turn 1 here. This is what really catches you off guard. Because you just kind of swing it so far down low and then back into this area here. And to me, it just looked like Victor just overdrove it. Smack dab into the wall he goes. Take a look at take a listen in on his car here. Let's see what we can hear on his end. You can see here how much he's having to turn in, just hoping for the best, and then looking for a pass or a way around, and he ends up forgetting that wall protection. Doesn't exactly give an inch. It's like a solid concrete barrier. The good news is those safety barriers, though, definitely make it a little softer of a hit, but doesn't make it any less frightening to see, to say the least. Saw earlier on, even with Anthony Alfredo getting kind of caught in there. You know, Jaden Hopp, I know there are a lot of people that go to the school, Brad Thacker Academy, which is the Cone Lives Matter hate movement, but I have no idea that Jaden was a successor when it came to playing soccer, because he just kicked that ball straight into the goal and had no remorse whatsoever for that cone. It was either that or he was like a football kicker and just really kicked it straight into the end zone, into the field goal. And literally, that is like up the uprights, man. You gotta be kidding me with that hit. Well, nevertheless, here drivers ready to field back in and get back to the action. Obviously, a lot of drivers do not want to see too many of these cautions here, because that can really hurt some of their ends and some of their chances here. Double file them up now. Drivers prepare to do war and do battle once again. The added struggles and the added intensity really being put to good use. Everyone trying to stabilize it down, trying to give themselves a chance here. Base truck off the track, back into the back straightaway here. Which one will get the advantage? Which one will be able to hold off the charge? Aiden Doyle's going to have a lot of work to do on that bottom lane. He's going to need to get a good runoff on Derek Whitford at the start. The good news for him is he doesn't have to worry about the blue, yellow line ruler having to go down there too quickly. He can do it as much as he wants. Green flag they go. Line up the charge, line it back in. Look out, here comes Jaden Hopp all of a sudden, firing right in between. Sneaks up the momentum, sneaks in the charge, now onto the back straightaway. He is side by side for second. And Derek Whitford, man, he had a strong hold early on from that race lead, but now he's having to really change his strategy and change his game plan up. We see just how quickly a caution can really change everything on a dime and really make things much more difficult to master. The Pottles joins us in saying the track looks awesome. Yeah, I'll say that. This track is probably it's the first time we've seen it. This is an amazing looking track here from the update. I'm kind of curious to know what it looks like when we throw it under the night lights here. Sky, the background, the scenery, really, this is probably, if I had to say, it's probably one of the most realistic iRacing tracks we have on the show here. That's saying a lot here too, because again, a lot of these iRacing tracks are extremely realistic in their own way as we go on board here back with Keith Whitford. Outside looking in here, the 0-1 of Brody Gunter trying to make up for the earlier lost time and ground. He got stuck in with that crash in from turn 2. Stabilizing it down, holding off the charge and everybody else in between. Aiden Doyle, you know, I talked with him a little earlier on. He said point blank that, man, I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for this day all season. I'm amazed I can even get to the championship 4, and I'm hoping and praying we can just get this car to work for once and to finish the race out in victory lane. What a way it would be if you can do it here at the new and improved Phoenix Raceway. This is the updated model here. This is the 2021 version that was created and helped on by iRacing itself. Originally we were seeing the 2012 version, but that unfortunately is long gone. We still have the old Legacy way though. Firing them down, though. Here comes Lawrence SC Jr. There's one driver that really would like another win here, or try to prove something to himself and to Ellis Cruz out here. I'd say it's definitely him. The 9 has been bad fast all season round, and he's looking to do it again here tonight. Stabilizing down the box on the turn 2, and they will lead him in with Derek Whitford still holding on to the outside line. He is not giving him an inch. He does not want to lose anything up to chance here. Wilson's starting to build a run off here, trying to get around Sang again, though you can just see how tough and difficult it is to work around Phoenix when it comes to passes. You can get so much momentum, so much speed and build up, but you can still just never find yourself in the same place in the same timing zone ever. Coming down the clutches though, Jaden Hopp has made his way up to the number 24 of Aiden Doyle. We have a battle for the championship run. Both these drivers are in the hunt for the winner's circle prize and also for the championship crown. We've already got one champion crowned this earlier today. Congratulations again to Kyle Larson and them. But we have one more champion that must be crowned to end out tonight's Sunday events. Keeping the distance, keeping the chances up. Hop is right behind him. The 24 of Aiden Doyle trying to hang in there. Hop not giving up too much. Just trying to hang in there with Doyle. Doyle is starting to build more momentum off there. Kind of almost evocative of what we saw earlier. Basically, it seemed like you were catching up to him, and then you'd actually pull away a little bit. It was only until you found a slight opening that everything just kind of worked into their favor. Boy, look at this run coming up here on Gunter here. Gunter is making a whole lot of living and a whole lot of speed on Whitford. You know, right now for Whitford, I don't know if he is currently struggling to keep tires at bay and trying to make sure he's got a long run, or if he is actually slowing down badly here, because we're about ready to reach halfway point. And both guys seem to be kind of finding themselves in the ever so elusive tough spot here. Gunter looking for an opening. Maybe it's hard to really say where he's going to find it at, though, because again, if you drive it up too high, you lose a lot of momentum, because then you got guys like Grease Bomb just sneaking their way in. You go too low and build up too much speed there, then you ruin your tires and ends up breaking everything down too quickly. So I usually would say, though, if you're in that circumstance, that's usually when you have to do the old bump and run. Although, if I'm being dead honest with you, some of those folks weren't too thrilled about me using a bump and run at Hickory. The street sucks this official week, so to those that I did do it to, my bad. Wasn't as because I was trying to be honest with you. It just kind of happened. But here at Phoenix, really, that's kind of the only way I'm seeing as an opportunistic kind of way to move around the track, is kind of use a little bit closer to the fender and try to somehow, some way put yourself in a easy spot to go side by side with, as you see here even with Victor Stank. If you can put it up or so close right there, this is where you need to be. This is where you have to make moves. You have to really make hard charges off of. Stank and Whitford doing a great job staying out of each other's way, though, when it comes to getting each other kind of fended up a little bit, but they are still in the necessary movement here of figuring out which one has more speed, which one has more game. In this case, the outside of where Whitford is, he has a lot more ground clearance and a lot more coverage, so he's able to really build his speed up just a little bit more than Victor Stank in that case. Stank trying to get around him, though, does not seem to find it there, so he'll have some more work to do as we are approaching halfway point. About 10 to go here before halfway is reached, and that may be the opposition that these guys may be looking for. The 81 sneaking his way down. Here comes Hobb looking for an opening on Doyle. He got a good run there. Good builds to speed. Now leading it into turn 2. Great momentum base there coming off of turn 1. Then laid into it really in turn 2. But Aiden Doyle still has an objectively more advanced advantage here, because he has a lot more room up top, but once you get to that bottom, if you can make it work down there, it helps out a little too much. Doyle trying to get back underneath Hop. Hop is stabilizing it off the corners yet again. Doyle looking for an opening, looking for a time to strike. He does not find it. Hop, though, he knows he's got to be careful. One wrong move, one wrong timing mishap, and you best kiss your hopes and dreams goodbye. Aiden Doyle now having to fall back a slight bit here to Jaden Hop. Jaden looks like he may be giving himself a little bit of breathing room, a little bit more time to kind of keep himself out of trouble. Speaking of keeping himself out of trouble, Daniel Walker in the number 5. Bring it back to Circle Jerks, number 5 machine. Good to see him bring it back. Boy, did he find himself in a really works for wear area earlier when he got crashed in. Daniel trying to get up on David Shively. Shively seemingly innocuous, not worrying about what's happening with him. He's more focused on just taking care of his own equipment. The onboard camera here as you see it more and go. Well, you can see Walker, man, even with that damage that he had suffered earlier on, he's building a lot of speed up on him here. Looking to charge down hard. Opens the door. Shively bobbles really badly going into turn 3 there. You can see the car just having to brake a little harder than usual. He actually fell off the pace badly here. Costing himself a lot of time and a lot more trouble for wear. And here's a battle I don't think we've seen all day. Well, here we go again. Looks like it's Alan Wilson and Brody Gunter. All jokes aside, we saw these two go at it earlier on, but unfortunately, we also saw that they got collected and kind of tied in it with it a little later. Looks like Gunter may be giving a little bit of an opportunity for Wilson to strike again. We saw Wilson earlier on. He had a great run off and a build up of momentum, but he did not manage to really strike it hard when he found it. He ended up finding himself into a worse for wear area that got himself into major trouble and caused that big wreck we saw. But right now, anyway, it might be a chance here if he can get around this spot. Just gotta take time into it and really take a dead set of focus and really keep in pace. Wilson now going straight for the bottom lane. There it is. '17 of Kevin Whitford getting out of the way. Doesn't want nothing to do with messing up these guys and their runs here. Jaden Hobbs already trying to build a huge lead there on Aiden Doyle. Doyle's going to need to rely on some help here. He's going to need the pit strategies to help him out here. And they will have to go into pit road again, folks. Just be well aware of that. So it's not over yet as we reach halfway point of the season championship race down here at Phoenix Raceway. Brody Gunter still hanging on. You can see Wilson, though, man, he is looking for every shot. We'll look in the back of the pack here while we're at it, though, and we'll go back on board with Kevin Whitford as he has been passed in by Victor Stang. And I think this is just going to show you here just how bad and beat up these tires take here. Drivers not necessarily going to the bottom lane anymore. They're being a little more inducive and more conductive about how they hit each turn. Whitford staying more towards staying above the yellow line rather than going below it. A lot of that has to do again with how much you have to turn in just to even get down to that extreme corner off exit. And again, it's really good when you got speed, but it's really difficult and bad when you don't have any tires to it. Yeah, believe me when I say it, that can happen all too well around here. Derek Whitford earlier on had the race lead and had a pretty good spot in the charge here, and I think was really relying on doing the full length run. Actually, just kind of got caught off guard from the first caution, but managed to bring it back in and stabilize him down. But ever since then, well, it's pretty much been the Ada Doyle and Jaden Hobbs show, because he got sent to the shadow realm once again, kind of fall back in line. And again, I think really a lot of it's the fact that he's so far behind is because he is saving the fuel, he's saving the strategy, the tires here. It's not a bad idea when you think about it. It takes a lot of courage and a little mentality to be able to really stay in sharp contention and stay in that position that you ever so need to really win these ones out. He's well aware right now that he is going to be kind of on the totem pole, though, of the top spots if he's not careful here. Jaden Hopp has been extremely smart here, as well as Aiden Doyle for that matter, when it comes to how they choose their positioning and how they choose to run on the track. And again, you just have to be, though. Coming right back around, Gunter and Wilson will focus on them just once again here because they are currently still at each other's odds, at each other's throats here. Neither one giving an inch. The Pennzoil 01 Ford Mustang versus picking up against that 79 of Alan Wilson. Yeah, his car here tonight, obviously trying to rock in the trying to give himself a little bit of that auto body style Chevrolet 79. You can see the distance between him and Griesbaum though. Griesbaum earlier, boy, he had a lot of speed, a lot of rundown, but now kind of the opposite, if you will. He's actually having a little bit of a hard time catching up and staying with him. And I think a little bit of that has to do with just the fact of that this is two completely different scenarios and two completely different areas of play. You had driving it hard early and trying to figure out the rest later, or kind of stabilizing it down for the moment and then worrying about everything else then and there. It's a really innocuous, different kind of strategy and really tough to master, but nevertheless they still will fire off and hang in there. Gunter going straight down. Alan Wilson looking for an opening, still can't seem to get it off either one of these corners. Jaden Hop here, you can see the distance between him and Aiden Doyle, about a 2-second gap there. Right now he's got a huge lead on the field and got a really good spot in. But again, pit strategy and pit stops are coming up ever so quickly. And got a good run on lap 73, but did not get the same feel on 74. Lap 75, you can see a gain there for Doyle, so it looks like there might be a slight opening. There's a pit strategy I was talking about though just a minute ago, and Aiden will follow in suit. Lawrence Shaughnessy Jr. will do the same, but Derek Whitford, remember what I said earlier on about his fuel strategy? That was what he was after. That's what he wanted to see. He takes the lead back in. Alan Wilson will stay out while Brody Gunter goes in, so it will be Wilson and now even Andrew Griesbaum, another championship hopeful, gonna stay out on target and stay out on the track. But for Whitford, he's got about a couple more laps better than Griesbaum here, so Griesbaum's strategy is really just to maintain and survive. Whitford though heads into pit road now, so it looks like he completely betrays his trust and betrays the strategy. Griesbaum will go in with him. So Alan Wilson will stay out on the track. He's gonna be our new leader. And I don't know how well that will last out for him or how well it will work out to the end, but he's going to try to do what he can here. And in the pit road, Wilson goes in quickly. Daniel Walker will go now in, and Darrell Whitford is really the only one left out of the bunch, I think, that has not gone in besides Victor Stank and them. Or excuse me, Stank has now gone in, Shipley and also. So everybody other than Whitford have yet to return into pit road. Darrell, I'm not sure. Maybe he's going to try extreme long-term strategy. That's kind of a bit of an undershooting undertaking. Certainly you got a guy like Jaden Hop that's already about 4 seconds back of you. I would say if I am Darrell right now, I'd be just heading to pit road in a minute. Just let these guys be. These championship guys are not playing. Hop with an advantage over Aiden Doyle. Doyle, though, man, he is building speed. He's doing everything he can to catch him. Will he have time to grab the lead, though, from him with as many laps they have left? So Hop right now currently about 4/10 of a second ahead, about a half a second now leading in, looking to possibly gain more ground up on Doyle. Doyle was having a hard time catching him earlier. Not sure if that strategy is going to keep playing into the effect that we saw earlier for Hop. He was doing a great job keeping Doyle, really keeping him guessing and keeping him from getting as much speed off on him. But if a caution does to throw, you know, how much of Doyle and Hop have they built up and burned off for their run, considering that those things can get a little changed up. He remains to be the leader. He remains to be on top here. Derek Whitford here, the 44. I thought really his strategy was honestly pretty brilliant until he just kind of ended up having to pit road and a bit of an undershoot taking here. I don't think he realized like how far he was out behind. He was going for it though. It just did not work out the way he was looking at it. Lawrence Sunnessy Jr. still hanging in the top 3. Obviously his championship hopes kind of came to a crashing halt there in round of 8. Tough break there for him as well. He talked earlier about it. He's like, yeah, I was a little disappointed, but you know what, at the end of the day, we were always going to be in that hunt. We were always going to be with these guys, and I'm still proud of everyone that, you know, worked out with everything here and make sure that we can keep pace and keep distance. So hopefully in due time we'll be able to fire back and get back at these guys eventually. Eric Whitford now looked like he is starting to close the gap ever so slightly. Might have something here for a top 3 run. If something was to happen with the cautions, he may have a chance to get back into the fight here with these guys, but he knows he is going to need to work ever so closer and tougher with this field. He cannot be making mistakes, not especially with Shanisi here. Jaden Hop getting further ahead here of Aiden Doyle, as we see here. Aiden was about 4/10 back, still about 4/10 in, but he is starting to gain a little bit of 100 a second or so on him, so might be a slight opening or chance here for an overtake here if he can get him. And Doyle looks like he might have a slight opening gain here on Hop. Looks like he might have found something there. Meanwhile, the rest of the field just kind of trying to stay under control from their pit strategies, really finding momentum when they can. A little bit of a battle going on down here, though. It's a 06 of Keith Whitford. And that's what Camry generally designed up car with the 68 of Vector Stank. So we've already crowned one winner here earlier tonight on our show with Watkins Glen International, as we saw Jeffrey Oaks managing to pull off a big W there. Now here though, down at Phoenix Raceway, so much at stake and so much going on for these drivers here. Really a lot of them trying to just really end the season on a high note here. Jaden Hopp, my big opening has just been given. Jaden Doyle, if he can seize it. Hop literally drove it way too hard in through turn 2, ended up smacking the wall protection and actually slowing his car down tremendously here. Doyle gained a lot of time there for a brief moment, but it looked like he lost it trying to gain him there. That may have been a bad sign here if you're that 81, because again, you have to work this car around the entire track for quite some time. That could have been an opening that allowed some of them to really take full advantage of it. Every time you make a move like that, obviously we saw earlier, it can end up getting yourself caused into a bit of a wreck fest here. Coming right around now, Hop is being tracked. He's being hunted down. The 24 of Aiden Doyle looks like he's finally found something here. Does he have what it takes so to make a pass? That is the big question. Pace starting to slow up a little bit. Doyle knows he's in trouble here if he's not careful. Derek Whitford still trying to get around Lawrence Nessie Jr. Nessie's doing everything she's got to try to pass in. But you can see the defending and the blocking is one thing here. It's going to really kind of give Whitford just the ever so reason to get around him. Down to nearly about 27 laps remaining here. This is looking more and more like possibly Whitford is tearing up some equipment and tearing up some stuff here. Whitford, man, you gotta give him credit too, just being extremely conservative and really watching his marks, really watching his timing here. He's not trying to, you know, really force any trouble, force any hands. He's just being very subjective, and that's extremely difficult to do again when you're trying to run for a season championship, obviously, because when you look at how most of these championship runs go and how most of these races can be, sometimes one wrong move or one big mistake here can end up just costing everything here, and it really boils down to just, you know, who is in that spot, who is in that playing field. And I think we're just getting a good glimpse of that here right now. And it looks like finally lap traffic is going to be a factor here. for Hop and Doyle. Jane Hop, though, managed to get a bit of a break here. Kevin Woodford opting to go outside, leave him alone. Aiden Doyle, though, he's finding a lot of momentum from that little runoff there he had to take within for that lap traffic. Looking to make a statement here, looking to make a charge, but Doyle not able to make immense with it. Could not get it to go. Doyle is, I guess one thing I'm starting to notice here, guys, is Doyle is getting a lot of ground in turns 1 and 2, but you can see right there that bobble into out of turn 2, the exits are where he's losing it. That's something that kind of telling the tale here, though, the fact that he's able to get that kind of runoff, but it's just not able to finish the run. Keith Whitford now, is going to be passed in. Kevin earlier on was passed in the 17. Now it's the 06 turn to be passed up. 22 laps left to go. Timing is everything right now, especially if you're the 81 camp. Cannot pray for any help. You gotta make sure you stay focused and dead set. He is getting a lot of ground clearance here. Andrew Griesbaum in the 78, holding back the 79 of Alan Wilson. Alan Wilson, the third here, looking to maybe gain something or build up some kind of last-ditch effort to get up to him. Doesn't look like he'll get any chances here just yet. Allen looks like he might have a bit of a gap here in between. He's going to have to figure out how to catch up with. Griesbaum is not giving him any inches there on the corners. You can see turn 3 and 4. Really finds a lot more momentum off than I think really give him credit for you. Charging up fast, charging up quickly. Really good run there end of turn 1 and 2. But again, that problem is the turns you can get the run, but the straightaways is where you build the speed. And the speed is just not there. But Wilson this time, though, was able to hang with him. Griesbaum looks like he might have some company here if he's not too careful. Wasn't looking for the outside run. Maybe trying to make him go up top there so he can sneak his way down inside. Battle between the 70s, 8 and 9. The Purina 78. That's Andrew Griesbaum, a driver looking for a championship. And then you got Alan Wilson, that 79 Automotive Shop, trying to make a statement for next season. And this is a good way to do it. Straight to the ends, onto the corners, and a beautiful pass around. And now it is Griesbaum that has to play catch up here. Tries to build up run there from the dog leg. It does not get it. Wilson now regains his spot and gets a huge runoff for the 6th place position. Meanwhile, for the race lead, Aiden Doyle now just trying to save his tires up, maybe for one last ditch effort move here to catch Hop. That's really the only thing I can think of. He's losing a lot of time here on Hop. But we have seen it where they get about the last 5-8 laps here, and then you can just start to really hammer it down and charge off with everything you got. Hard to say if that will be the case or if that will work out, but man, I will not lie, he is doing a pretty good job here. Derek Whitford right now still hanging up in 4th place. Really, this has been kind of a heartbreaker for him because, again, he was really seemingly focused on that pit strategy more than anything. He was focused on the lap count, the marks he had, and everything, and just did not catch any chances off from the cautions. The caution flags through at the wrong times for him. Had to then find his way to get back into that top lane if he could, find any kind of runoff where it was in. And ever since then, it was pretty much how long could you go before Hop or Doyle took it over from you. Final laps now, 12 to go remain here. Jaden Hopp, dead set, dead focused. Aiden Doyle trying to just survive and maybe looking for one last way to conquer. But he is losing a lot of ground on Hopp, and this is not looking good at all. If he's going to catch him, he needs to start pushing it now, in my opinion. This is not the time to be laying loose. Looks like he's going to try to slingshot a little bit here, try to build something up from the dog leg. But the distance is just too far stretched and too far out. I feel he's not going to have a chance here. Brody Gunter, the 01 Ford Mustang Pennzoil machine. Been pretty much laid back and laid off the run. But doing a pretty good job here, still hanging in there. He had a great race battle earlier on, dealing with the likes of Andrew Griesbaum and Alan Wilson. But I think really the most benefactor thing he's going to take from this season in this race tonight is really the amount of experience, the amount of knowledge gained. There's a lot of guys out here he can study off of and really kind of take very good part in figuring out how they were so fast, how they were doing so well, and really use that later on when he needs it most. Next season, one way or another, whether we broadcast it or not, it will definitely be a very, very telling of the tale. And we wish nothing but the best to these guys, and we certainly cannot wait to see what happens and goes down on the track. We'd love to catch with these guys a little more, though. They certainly do put on a great show when they get it dialed in. See, their old 06 there, Keith Whitford. He is just his car has gone too much. He's already put a lap down. Derek Whitford, the family member, just kind of passed him in there for it. Closing in, we've got 7 laps to go. This next time by Jaden Hopp most definitely has earned his stripes and earned his way in this one. And for a championship race moment like this, you gotta believe he was so focused and so dead straight on making this work to the very, very end. Does he have enough? Is there enough left to finish this one out? He was a guy a lot of folks said earlier on today. They were like, if there was a driver that could probably beat us all out and it would be the toughest to master and deal with, it may be him. They felt as much when they saw him come out on the track here tonight. They felt as much when they saw him race it out here with the best of intentions here tonight. And now seemingly in the driver's seat for the end of it all, he just has a few more laps remaining. Derek Whitford going to have a little bit of a last-minute ditch battle here. Keith Whitford looked like he just doesn't want to put any more laps down. He wants to try to just finish this one out if he can. Can't blame him there, but I would not be trying to mess with any of the championship drivers right now. They still have well, resemblance, maybe some kind of wacky finish coming up. If anything, you never be too sure around these parts. And Doyle, he had a great showing here tonight, though. Obviously, this last couple races really poured on everything, put everything to good use. It just was not enough. It was not where he wanted to be at. Trying to use the fuel run, though. You can hear him actually clutching down. He's actually trying to break it in a little bit sooner. But you can see there's a 5-second gap between these guys here, and Lawrence is actually catching Doyle pretty quickly. This time around, we trade the green high in the air. One more lap signifies a white flag, and then the white flag goes to the checkered. Green flag high in the air for Jaden Hopp, the 81. Fire him around to the back straightaway one more time. Oh boy, hold on, Walker. Oh, Walker does get a little too aggressive, end up smacking the wall there, but it's not enough here to stop this run to the white flag. Jaden Hopp, one more time around. The Championship 4 has been something he has thought about this entire season, and now he can finally say, without a doubt, he had the strategy, he had the speed, and he had the momentum to clear house and win it all out of turn 4. He's going to be your Shake and Bake Racing League iCON Sim Sports Cup Series champion. A major moment lifted off his shoulders, and now he can call himself the champion around these parts. The excitement is definitely there. It is a brewing. It is ready to come out. There's only one thing left to do. Just swing it in, throw the burnouts, and do the donuts. I think he's trying to keep the car somewhat clean out there. I don't blame him, but I would just say let it have it. Here's the race results now. Jaden Hopp wins it here down in Avondale with the season championship now finally his and all secured. Aiden Doyle with a strong showing and a great run to the end, though, coming up second. Orange Sun SC Jr., great showing from him once again. Derek Whitford, much of the same. Fifth going to Brody Gunter, excuse me. 6 being to Alan Wilson, the third. 7 to Andrew Griesbaum. 8 to Victor Stang. 9 to Daniel Walker. 10 to David Shively. 11 to Keith Whitford. 12 to Daryl Whitford. 13 to Kevin Whitford. And Bill Matthews walking away 14th, rounding out your field here tonight. Well, you probably wonder where is he going to. Well, you're a new Phoenix. They can actually pull it down into victory lane down there. So we'll let him get to it as we're going to go talk with our finishers here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Coming away third, though, we'll have Lawrence Shaughnessy Jr. in a little bit, but let's talk with our second place driver here in Aiden Doyle. And Aiden, what a long night it was, man. You had a lot going on, a lot at stake. Obviously, we were looking for hopefully a chance at winning it all, but it looked like the laps just kind of ran out, sir. Aiden, you got a copy? Hold on, folks. We'll see if we can get a bit of a chance here. And you got it, sir?
I do, yep.
Yep. All right. Did you hear anything we said, or do you need us to repeat?
I didn't hear a thing. We're going to get in the championship top 4 in here if Andrew wants to jump in. But no, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, so while you're doing that, but nevertheless, here, I'll get to this again here. Obviously, coming away second place here tonight, you had a long, good run there. Just fights it out there with Jaden Hopp, but Hopp just kind of got you with a couple more laps and a little bit more speed under the hood, didn't he?
Yeah, he got by me, I believe, that second run before the pit stop. Tried to hold him off as much as I could. But yeah, once he got by, he didn't make any mistakes. I kept it there within a second for the longest time, hoping he'd hit a wall or something, but he was just so consistent all night long. Really helped for me in the pit stalls, gained some position there, and I was pretty happy with my consistency as well. But yeah, Jaden just rock solid tonight.
For sure there, but nevertheless, obviously, you're still walking away with a second place finish, and really probably a good way to end the season out for you and your crew. Who do you want to thank you for that one?
For sure. Well, Swamp Fox Racing for sure. I've been racing with those guys all season long. Put a good run in. I think we finished second place in team points. So excited to get back to it next year with them. Just practicing with them and getting some tips definitely helped. And also the league and the guys joining. This is our inaugural season for the Cup Series and huge success. Got a lot of new guys joining next season and can't wait.
Cannot wait indeed, but nevertheless, you are walking away here with a second place finish. Congratulations for that, and we certainly hope to see you back here once again soon enough, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, and Doyle, ladies and gentlemen, your finisher here tonight in second place. We'll go ahead and talk with Derek Whitford now, as well as he comes away fourth here with a little bit of a sad situation here. Obviously, kind of falling into that trope I said earlier on with the cautions here, kind of ruining your race and kind of ruining your momentum. Derek, what happened down there, man?
Yeah, cautions were unfortunate. Aiden got me on the pit stop and got in front of me, and then I ended up having to run side by side on the outside against Jaden for a little bit, and then against Lawrence, and it just kind of burned up my tires a lot faster than I needed it to happen. So then I was just playing catch up the rest of the night.
You were indeed, but man, you were still giving it quite a show and quite a battle there. If you had the caution there that could have came out, do you think maybe that would have been the seal to the deal kind of moment to get you back in this?
I mean, it definitely would have got me back in it. I don't know if I could have outrun those boys. They were all fast tonight, so it had just been a good battle.
For sure there, but nevertheless, you are still walking away here in a good position and obviously a championship run throughout the season. I got to ask you, who do you want to thank you for that?
I want to thank my team, Cool Breeze Racing. We ended up winning the points championship as a team this year, which is a great feat for us. Really proud of my guys, and just want to thank Aiden for putting on this league and just the success of this first Cup Series. I think it went pretty well, and I'm looking forward to next year.
It did indeed. Well, nevertheless, my friend, we do appreciate coming on board here tonight. Congratulations on your finish, and we certainly hope to see you very, very soon, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jaden. Good job. Good job, buddy.
But you hear them celebrating with Jaden there, giving him a little thank you and congratulations. Well, he's actually with us right now here in Victory Lane, ladies and gentlemen, Jaden Hop. And Hop, you actually do park it down in Victory Lane. How's it feel tonight, man, pulling off the win and the season championship, sir?
It feels great, thank you.
Yeah, I know you had a lot going on, obviously, a lot of craziness in between here with those restarts. You had a lot of work to do, but I got to ask you, man, you had pretty much made the move to seal the deal off Aiden Doyle there with that last bit pass, and then had to get ready for pit road strategies. Any time did you feel it was a little bit necessary that you might be a little bit in trouble here, or were you just dead focused on making it work to the end?
I feel I might have been in a little trouble with the fuel because I'm not entirely certain how long we could have went, but it worked out in the end.
It did indeed. Now, I know a lot at stake here kind of coming for you and the team here going into next season, but really, what does it mean to really win this championship here tonight, considering all things have been done?
Just feels great to finally wrap it all up after the great regular season that I ended up having.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, is there anybody you want to thank here for that season championship and the regular season here?
I'd like to thank the league owners for putting on an amazing show. I'd like to thank my teammates for being amazing all season long.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Jaden, you are going to walk away with a season championship and a victory to seal the deal. Congratulations, sir, and what a season has been.
Thank you. It's been great.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unless I believe Lawrence is going to join us, I think he's going to call it a night here. So, but I think we will be calling it a night as well. So a big thank you, a large part again, to the guys over at iCON Sim Sports. And really a big thank you to everybody that tuned into the show here tonight. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot thank you for staying tuned with us each and every time out. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. We got 2 broadcasts coming up tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. But from all of us here at PT Race TV, be safe out there. Have a good night. Congratulations to all winners from real world to the iRacing world. We will see you very, very soon.